And I must say that coming from an agricultural village myself being a farmer as well, I understand to a large extent the plight of what a lot of our farmers are going through and what the agricultural industry is facing in Grenada here at this moment. And so I would just like to take a few minutes to chat with you a little bit about the state of agriculture here in Grenada. To start off, I want to share a little story with you. In my village of Shantimel, I know of a farmer after Hurricane Beryl. He had replanted all of his nutmegs over about 20 years ago after Hurricane Ivan. All of his nutmeg plantation was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. And he was one of the brave farmers who took advantage of what the New National Party at that point in time had to offer in assistance to replant and to clean up and all of that. He took advantage of that opportunity, replanted and all of that. And I must say his nutmeg plot was looking real good. He's finally, you could see the nutmeg trees have gotten to mature production, full production. They were at the peak. And along came Hurricane Beryl and leveled everything again. And I recall that gentleman visiting his plantation, his plot, and God was with him because he was so traumatized by what he saw. You know, he started staggering and drifting and stuff and couldn't believe his eyes. And, you know, it left me to wonder, you know, to this day, I've never heard of any sort of counseling or support in that area being offered to farmers who would have endured that type of experience. You know, it's not an easy thing to put your passion, your love, your effort, your energy, all of your time into your livelihood, and to turn up tomorrow and see it all taken away. It's not an easy thing. And that's why I could identify with that family, you know, whose the tree had destroyed. Today you have everything and tomorrow it's gone. You know, and because of that, it's easy for me to understand now why so many of our farmers are not returning to agriculture. Have you noticed? A lot of them have given up. But why? These are people who have farmed their entire lives. Why would they just turn their backs and give up? Right? It's because the lack of support. Can you imagine? $118 million within 2 weeks after Hurricane Beryl in CRIF money. You know, and I would like for you to give the New National Party a round of applause for taking the initiative to have that CRIF insurance. And you have that amount of money. It's not $118, you know. $118 million. And it took 6 to 9 months before our farmers could have even gotten some assistance. And to this day, up to last week, I was speaking to a farmer in my community. And he was asking me, could I intervene on his behalf? Could I find out when will he get his monies? Because he apparently, it was announced in Parliament, and you could correct me, sister, if I'm wrong, that those farmers who didn't get their monies as yet, the checks were available in the Ministry of Finance. Yes. And upon going to the Ministry of Finance, following through the Agricultural Office, to this day, there is no check with that person's name on it. So a lot of our farmers are still going through that type of situation. And so it's no wonder, it's no surprise that they have given up hope. Because they feel alone, they feel abandoned. They feel that it is just them alone to face the investment, to face the resources, and all of that hard work all over again without any support.